Good day, mates, from one of the top tourist attractions in the South Australia Adelaide area, at least, and that is none other than Victor Harbor. That's where I find myself, Victor Harbor, and I'm going to spend just a little bit of time here and share some of this wonderful place with you. And you know, there's one thing whenever you look at pictures of Victor Harbor online, one of the very first things you see is this odd looking horse-drawn carriage, but they call it a tram. It's a horse-drawn tram, and this tram goes over this causeway over to an island. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to take you along on a tram, a horse-drawn tram, over to the island and back. And maybe I might spend a little bit of time over on the island itself, and then I'll walk you down the main street here in Victor Harbor. It's a beautiful day. It's actually cooling down a little bit from what it was just a little while ago. So let's go catch our tram. This would be the path leading up to what I believe is where you pick up the horse-drawn tram, and you will often see this image as well when you're looking at pictures of Victor Harbor. Apparently has a whaling history to it, probably a whale of a tale or two, and this is one that seems to have gotten away eternally, so to speak. So it's actually a rather pleasant day. It's been rather warm most of the day. I've been traveling around the Lorino Peninsula, but there's a building just over here, and I'm not quite sure what that is. It's the Victor Harbor Tramway something or another, maybe a little bit of a history. I don't even know if the building is open, but this is probably where they store the trams. Look at this. I don't think it's open, but so the tram would come right in here, and I'm assuming we can just follow the tracks way down out. Very nice. Where the temperature has gone down significantly in the past hour, or maybe it's just that I'm a little bit closer to the water, and that is bringing the temperature down. This should be a nice experience. A woman in the information booth was telling me that you can take the tram out. The whole experience takes about an hour from start to finish to take the tram out and walk around the island and then come on back. So we will see, as the saying goes. There's a small little carnival in town as I'm walking and talking, and here it would be. Ticket sales here, next tram 4 o'clock, and tram costs $10 to go one way. It's the Victor Harbor horse-drawn tram, and it costs $10 to go one direction, or $15 round trip. And alternatively, if so desired, you can actually walk across the causeway. I believe that's what they call it. I believe they call it the causeway. There's a sign that says caution, horse and camel crossing. And it is. Welcome to the Granite Island Causeway is what they call it. Very nice. All right. So So I'm going to probably take the 4 o'clock and then maybe walk back. I believe that's what I'll do. I'll take the 4 o'clock over and perhaps walk back. And look over here, we have Camels coming in. These are the Kangi Camels if you want to take a camel ride. Look at this. It's interesting. I've seen more camels in the last year here in Australia than I would have ever seen or ever imagined seeing. And look at these camels. Isn't that something? Wow. I bet it's a nice ride. I hope they don't spit at me. Don't camels, aren't they known for spitting at you? Look at this one here. Kind of chewing its cud, saying, "You looking at me? Huh? You looking at me?" I think. Oh boy. What is it? What are you chewing on? What flavor bubble gum are you chewing on, huh? I hope he doesn't want to take a bite of the camera. Look at that, chewing the cud. Oh, now he stops. Uh-oh. He might. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. He might. I might have upset him. But anyway, there he goes. All right. Or she. I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to look. All right. And if camels aren't your thing, then maybe you want to ride the ponies. That's probably what I would be better off on, riding the pony as opposed to the camel. Oh, wonderful. Boy, it's very nice. And I see the horse-drawn tram coming up here, and I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to walk across the causeway as opposed to taking the tram, and maybe I can launch my drone and get some footage of the horse-drawn tram coming back over to the island. Look at this. Very nice. Now you're gonna have to probably get out of the way a little bit, but boy, you'll be able to have a great view of this. Look at that. That would be Murray right there. Here's your tram. Look at that. Right there, Harbor Horse-Drawn Tram. Wonderful. You know, being the entrepreneur that I am, I just found myself thinking, you know, I've got a whale of an idea. You know, when you buy one of these drones, when you get one of these drones, you can get all kinds of accessories with it. You can get filters, you can get extra landing pads, you can get extra propellers, you can get a lot of things. But one of the things that you can't get when you buy a drone are nerves of steel. If I could figure out how to package nerves of steel, oh, I'd make a fortune. Because if you're gonna have one of these drones, you've got to have nerves of steel. I just did a drone flight over the causeway, and I was trying to get the horse, the tram, and trying to do it in as inconspicuous and inobtrusive manner as possible, because it would be just my luck that the drone would frighten the horse, and the horse would go charging down the causeway, causing all kinds of havoc. And then I'd be on the evening news. I think it would be the ABC, the Australian Broadcast Company. I'd be on the news for all the wrong reasons. But I think I died. I think I managed it. I think I managed to get the I think I managed to get it. So anyway, you know, as I'm walking along, and as I was filming, I'll give you a shot here, but I was walking along, I saw these two kids here down in the water. Hello, mates.
Hey.
I thought that was deep. That's not deep.
No, you can really walk across the water.
Oh, okay. No sharks in that shallow water. All right. That's not even deep. But look at this. Very nice. Really, really nice. Well, I'll give you one last view of the tram coming along. Look at this. Boy, that horse looks tired. What time is the last tram? That's it.
Yeah.
All right, there goes the last tram. The last. What's the song? The last tram. The last train to Georgia. Well, that's the last tram to Victor Harbor. So I guess I'm walking back. Well, as you can see, I made my way to the island, and there is a sign just up here that says "Give way to penguins." And I don't think I'd have a problem giving way to penguins. I don't think we'll see any penguins, as if I'm not mistaken, they go out early morning and come back late at night, whereas I used to go out late at night and come back early morning. I probably would not have made a pretty good penguin, needless to say. They actually have a cafe out here. You can come out, and they give whale penguin, or they give penguin tours as well. Look at this. You see all the paddles there. That's a interesting sculpture. I think you would call that a sculpture. Isn't that something? Very creative. So the cafe is right there, and I think what I'm gonna do is do a little walk and talk out here onto the jetty, or the pier, the wharf. I'm not sure what the difference is between a jetty, a pier, or a wharf. So I'm just going to take a walk out here, I'll say, and see if the calamari are biting. That's what they seem to catch a lot of here, is the calamari. So we'll see if any of those are biting. Oh, I'm glad the temperature dropped. Really makes it for a pleasant evening to walk and talk. Very nice. Well, this is the jetty. Welcome to Screwpile Jetty. There you go. Maybe jetty and wharf are synonymous. Maybe jetty is just the Australian word for wharf. Actually, not too many people. And off in the distance, I sure am tempted to fly my drone out over that platform you see in the water. I think that's some type of a marine sanctuary or something. And here you got some, seems wherever you find a jetty in Australia, you find young kids jumping off it, such as these kids down here. Let's see. There they are.
How you going, mate?
Good day, mate.
Wait, I'll send something for you, mate. Ready? Put you.
Huh?
Do it off this.
Don't be mooning me. The last time I did a video of some guys on a jetty, they mooned me. What, are you going to impress me and jump off of this?
Yeah, brother.
You going to do a flip?
No, I'll break my back. I'll go like this.
What are you going to do?
Oh.
Don't hit any penguins down there.
No, there's heaps, mate. There's heaps. I'm going to get them all.
What the heck?
It's called the cannonball.
Cannonball.
Straight from the down under, brother.
All right, I got it. I got it. There you go.
Go, mate! 3, 2, 1! Yeah!
You know, the young guys up at Brighton, I think they can do it better than you.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, I think the guys up at Brighton might be a little bit better. I don't know. There you go. All right. Just in case there was any doubt why they call this Granite Isle, you can see there's no shortage of it out here. And I'm gonna take the short walk up to where I was told I could see some waves, rather spectacular waves, crashing on the shore of the island out here. So we'll go out and see if we can't take a look. Very nice. Very, very nice. You got a break wall just right out there. But if I'm not mistaken, the waves are actually crashing just up over here. We will go up and check it out. I might as well share the first impression with you as I come up here. Look at this. No shortage of beautiful coastline here in Australia. And Victor Harbor being no exception. Very nice. Here's your view looking down. You can see that sculpture there and the cafe and the jetty. And over here you have the break wall. Look at how beautiful this is. And then you have the wildness of the surf. Very nice. I'm on what I hope to be the path that'll take me back down, and I see a lighthouse up ahead, or I believe it's a lighthouse, and then you've got these interesting sculptures along the way. This is a Ljubomir Mikle from Slovakia. This here, look at this sculpture from Slovakia, or the artist was from Slovakia. Look at that. Not quite sure what those are that he put together. Sure is interesting though. All right, let's see if I can't find that lighthouse. Well, I've been fooled before. I guess it's a lighthouse. The vague but illuminated eye of the perception. Stephen Harrison, New South Wales. Look at that work of art. You can see. I saw that up on the horizon, way off in the distance, and I thought, surely that must be a lighthouse. And it is. Just not the type of lighthouse I thought it was. Well, as you can see, I made it off the island safely, and I am right at the beginning of what is the Main Street Precinct here in Victor Harbor. And you can see there's a beautiful sculpture that greets you as you're just going down what is called Ocean Street. This is Ocean Street, and I'm going to wrap up this visit here to Victor Harbor by doing a nice walk down the Main Street Precinct. And I'm sure there's probably a lot of history here in these buildings, but I'm just going to walk and talk, and if you're so inclined you can go online and read all about the history of Victor Harbor. I got the impression, and I think that impression was correct, that this is the type of a town that what we would call back in America a bedroom community, where, you know, the sun starts to go down and they roll up the sidewalks and everybody goes home and calls it a night. It is a quiet little town, and if I'm not mistaken, this is actually a rather popular retirement community for a lot of Australians. And the town is actually bigger than I thought it would be. I thought that Victor Harbor was just going to be a small, quaint little village, if you will, right on the water. But it is actually a good-sized town. They've got a rather large shopping center here. Wouldn't surprise me if they have their own movie theater. Very nice. Up here you've got a mural on the wall. You don't actually see a lot of graffiti, at least not in these smaller towns. Well, you'll see graffiti of this type. Look at that. It'd actually be interesting to watch the individuals actually paint those murals on the side of buildings. Very nice. Ocean Street, 1897. So there is a lot of history in this town, and this will take us right back down to the waterfront. Here you can see this interesting marker right there. Look at that. Ocean Street and Coral Street. Don't have to worry too much about walking in the center of the street here. There's not really a lot of traffic, and I would be awfully tempted to just fly my drone right down Main Street and get a nice drone footage of this town. Very nice. As I've been walking back from the island, I found myself thinking about what would be my what would be my, just sneezed. Thank you for those of you that said bless you. But I found myself thinking, what would be my, what town stands out of all the towns that I've visited? And I've been to a lot of towns, but as far as the town that really stands out to me as far as just having a lot to offer as far as waterfront and the town itself, probably be Caloundra. Caloundra was a rather beautiful town. And as far as the favorite beach, that would certainly be a tough one for sure. But having to think a little bit about it, if there were one beach of all the beaches that I've walked on that I could go back and take another walk, would be probably Fingal Beach over in Port Stevens. That beach was just really a special beach. I remember fishing with that gentleman one night as I was walking on the beach. That gentleman from Newcastle, bless his heart. Well, I am just about to the end of the street here. Look at this. Just coming up on what I believe is the Victor Harbor Hotel. Let's see if I can't find that. Yep, I've come just about down to the very end of Ocean Street. Very nice. Well, folks, there is your visit to Victor Harbor. I'm sure there's a lot more to see in this town, but for the sake of brevity, I'll just leave it to the Main Street Precinct. Maybe I'll get myself a little ice cream before I call it a day. A little kangaroo there. Okay. All right, folks. So, have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed this excursion, albeit virtual, to the Florino Peninsula and Victor Harbor. And I'll share this interesting display here as I wrap up the tour. It says unoccupied territory. And you've got the what looks like to be an Aboriginal pole to the right, and then you have the what I'm assuming would be the Australian in the center. And interestingly enough, the only one, two of the three poles have cables holding them up, and the one that I'm assuming is the Aboriginal doesn't have any cables. But look at that. Unoccupied territory. Have a good day, folks.